In reading this week, we are learning to clarify. Clarify means to make things clearer. Our success criteria today is I can use strategies, that means ways, to work out what an unknown word is. So we're working on improving our vocabulary, understanding what we read, and when we come across an unknown word, we're looking at trying to work out the meaning of that word. Now, we've done some work on this before, and today we're going to continue to use contextual cues to work out unknown words. I am going to prove if we look at the other words in the text and the meaning of a sentence or a group of sentences, we can even work out the meaning of a word in another language. So I'm going to set up this text for you here. This is an extract from The Demon Dentist. But all is not what as it appears. The words in red are actually German, a different language. So we're going to look at this text and we're going to use our contextual skills to work out the meaning of the unknown words. Contextual skills means looking at the meaning of the sentence that the word is in or the paragraph that the word is in to help us. Okay, let's have a look. We'll read it all the way through first. Alfie hated going to the Zahnarzt. As a result, the boy's teeth were almost all yellow. The ones that weren't yellow were braun. They both bore the stains of all the goodies that Kinder love, but dentists hate. Sweets, fizzy drinks, chocolate. The teeth that were neither yellow or brown simply weren't there anymore. They had Fleshlagen out. One had bitten into a Süßigkeitenkanten and stayed there. Assorted fruit-flavoured chews had claimed others. This is what young Alfie looked like when he lächelt. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if straight away some of you have already gone, I think I know what that means, okay? So let's look at the first red word, Zahnarzt. So I'm going to read the sentence again. Alfie hated going to the Zahnarzt. Well, that's a little bit tricky. I'm still struggling to work out what it means. I haven't got any pictures to help me. The title of the book actually helps me, The Demon Dentist by David Walliams. But actually, if I read on to the next sentence, there's a clue. As a result, the boy's teeth were almost all yellow. So I'm thinking that the first word, Zahnarzt, might be dentist. And because he hates going there, that's why his teeth were almost all yellow. Let's see if it makes sense. Alfie hated going to the dentist. As a result, the boy's teeth were almost all yellow. Yes, job done. The ones that weren't yellow were braun. Now, maybe for some of you, you think that it sounds like another word. Maybe you're thinking it sounds like brown. Let's see if that makes sense. The ones that weren't yellow were brown. If that's what you thought, you would be correct. And also, if I was looking at that sentence, I know it's not going to be white because that's what our teeth are supposed to look like. And if I look at the facts, I know that he hated going to the dentist, and as a result, his teeth were almost all yellow. So I know that I'm looking for another colour that isn't white, and so I know that brown fits there, and that would be the appropriate colour that his teeth could be if he's not going to the dentist. Let's look at the next one. They both bore the stains of all the goodies that Kinder love, but dentists hate. Sometimes we have to just reread the sentence again. They both bore the stains of all the goodies that Kinder love, but dentists hate. So when it says goodies, and I'm thinking of the meaning of the sentence, I think that means sweets. And so I'm thinking, well, if dentists hate sweets, that's because it rots people's teeth if they don't take care of their teeth and they have too many sweet things. So I'm thinking, if it's something that the dentists hate, I'm thinking about the meaning of the sentence. Who really likes sweets? Children. Let's see if that makes sense. They both bore the stains of all the goodies that children love, but dentists hates. Yes, I'm correct with that. Sweets, fizzy drinks, chocolate, the teeth that were neither yellow or brown. Now actually that would have been another strategy. The word up here, brawn, means brown. And if we'd remembered that from before, that would have been another strategy to help us work out the meaning of brawn. So the teeth that were neither yellow or brown simply weren't there anymore. They had fleshlagen out. They had, now, fleshlagen out. What would make sense? Well, I'm going back to the beginning of the text and what I've read previously, and it's saying that his teeth were yellow and brown, and I'm thinking about actually what's going to happen if your teeth become like that. And I think I would say that they would maybe fall out. Let's see if that would make sense. They had fallen out. Yes, that makes sense. One had bitten into a Süßigkeiten and stayed there. Well, I think going back to the rest of the paragraph, it's all been about sweets, fizzy drinks or chocolate. Now, you can't really bite into fizzy drinks, so I would say sweets. Let's see if that makes sense. One had bitten into a sweet and stayed there, and that's the correct answer. But you know what? You could probably have more than one correct answer there. You could maybe have a chew, for example, or a toffee. That would make sense. And actually, that would really fit in, because if you are eating a sweet or a chew, then it's more likely that your tooth is going to get stuck in it. Let's look at the last one. This is what young Alfie looked like when he lachelt. Now, there is actually a picture on the page that I've not included. And on the picture on the page, there's Alfie with a big, massive grin with lots of teeth missing. So I'm sorry I haven't got that there for you, but that would be another strategy to look at the picture. And I know from looking at the picture that the answer is lachelt means smiled. So that was a quick introduction to what we'll be looking at this week, which is to clarify when reading to help us understand what we've read. And just to sum up, here are a few of the strategies. I'll maybe use this again to make it clearer, that you can use when you're trying to clarify. You can think about what you've already read. Are there any clues in what you've already read that will help you? You can, secondly, reread the text. Sometimes, just like when we solve a maths problem, we have to reread the text a few times. Thirdly, you can use the context, as I talked about before. What clues are there in the sentence or paragraph to help? I didn't mention that earlier today, but you can always use a dictionary. And the last one is, try and adjust my phone. Try and visualize, remember that means picture, what you have read. That can help you working out unknown words. And finally, something that we often do in class is to, once we've worked out what we think is the unknown word, to substitute what we think the answer is, like I showed you in the demonstration, to see if it makes sense. Okay, good luck with your clarification work today.